chosen one, let these words pierce through every fear and doubt you've ever carried. From today onward, you will never worry about money again. Feel the magnitude of that declaration. Picture it wrapping around your heart like a warm embrace, whispering to every anxious thought that its reign is over. You did not stumble upon these words by chance. Something in the universe, something divine, orchestrated your steps so that you would receive this powerful revelation right here, right now. Indeed, you are on the brink of a dramatic shift where money anxiety becomes a distant memory, replaced by a calm confidence that your every need and desire will be met. Think about the countless hours you've spent in quiet desperation, replaying financial worries in your mind, wondering if there would ever be a day when your soul could finally exhale in relief. Today is that day. This message is like a door swinging wide open to a world where abundance is the norm and scarcity is but a fading echo. If you let it, this truth can reset your entire perspective on wealth, flipping the script on every limiting belief and ushering you into the flow of endless provision. Right now, draw in a steady breath and exhale slowly. Allow the tension in your shoulders and the tightness in your chest to melt away, replaced by an invigorating sense of possibility. You have been chosen for more than just scraping by. From the earliest whispers of your heart, you suspected that you were meant to thrive, not merely survive. And let me tell you, you were correct. Each challenge, each delay, and each unanswered question was not meant to break you. It was shaping you, refining you to fully appreciate the abundance that is arriving in your life this very moment. You might ask, how can I be certain? Because every major shift in life begins with a revelation that resonates so deeply you feel it in your bones. It's like recognizing a long-lost friend in a crowded place. Suddenly everything clicks and you just know. That's the energy of this moment. Something in you is standing at attention, realizing that a profound piece of the puzzle has finally fallen into place. Doubt may still knock at the door of your mind, but it cannot override the resonating truth now awakening in your spirit. If you feel that resonance, if you sense that this is not just another feel-good message but rather a divine appointment, then make your agreement public. Type 777 in the comments as an act of faith, a gesture that says, I receive this word, I own this moment. From today, I'll never worry about money again. Observe the shift in your own energy when you take that small but mighty step. Often, an outward action crystallizes an inward decision, bridging the gap between your internal conviction and external reality. Let's be clear. When we say you will never worry about money again, we're not suggesting you'll sit around and watch gold rain from the sky without any effort. Rather, we mean that the oppressive weight of worry, the gnawing fear of lack, will no longer dominate your thoughts. You become a co-creator of your financial future, moving in harmony with the laws of abundance. It doesn't eliminate the necessity of action, but it transforms your mindset so that action feels inspired and purposeful, not frantic or desperate. Think of all the truly successful people you admire. One common thread is that they operate from a place of calm assurance, rarely allowing financial concerns to paralyze them. It's not that challenges don't arise, they simply don't let those challenges define them. They carry a conviction that solutions exist, that money can be generated, that opportunities are always within reach. Today, chosen one, you are stepping into that same frequency of certainty. No longer is money some elusive prize you chase. It's becoming a resource that faithfully shows up in your life because it recognizes you're ready to handle it with wisdom, gratitude, and generosity. Feel your mind expanding as you contemplate the possibilities. Without the shadow of money worries, how would your life change? Would you devote more time to your passions, embark on a new business venture, travel the world, or invest in relationships more deeply? Perhaps you'd volunteer or support causes that stir your compassion. The key is understanding that money, once a source of stress, now becomes a facilitator of your highest aspirations, an ally rather than an adversary. That shift alone reconfigures every cell in your body to align with greater success. But how do I maintain this new reality, you might wonder? The answer lies in guarding your thoughts and feeding your faith. Each time a doubt tries to creep in, remember this pivotal moment. Remind yourself that you have been called to live free from financial torment. Speak life-affirming words. I am abundant. Money flows to me with ease. My needs are always met. This isn't self-deception. It's actively renewing your mind, training it to see provision where it used to see lack. And guess what happens when your mind shifts? Your decisions shift, your actions shift, and your results inevitably shift. Chosen one, this is not about ignoring reality or brushing aside legitimate concerns. Rather, it's about elevating your perspective so that worry is replaced by problem-solving, hope, and expectancy. When a bill arrives, you no longer panic. You calmly say, I'm grateful for the resources to handle this. More is coming. When you see an investment opportunity, you don't think, what if I lose everything? Instead, you evaluate it with wisdom, trusting that your intuition and the guidance of a higher power will lead you correctly. Imagine waking up each morning with a lightness in your heart, unburdened by the usual anxiety about how you'll make it. You sip your coffee or tea, feeling the gratitude coursing through your veins as you realize that, indeed, you have stepped into a new dimension of living. You look at your bank account and see it as a dynamic vessel, continually replenished. You face the day with eagerness, open to ideas and synchronicities that pave the way for financial breakthroughs. This is the life that awaits you, starting now. Perhaps your story is filled with setbacks, job losses, failed business ventures, debts, or even moments of sheer despair. Those chapters do not discount your worthiness. They are like the dark strokes in a painting that make the vibrant colors stand out all the more. Your past hardships serve as the perfect backdrop for a triumphant testimony of renewal and prosperity. After all, who would appreciate the dawn if they had never endured the night? Let's also talk about generosity. One of the most potent ways to cement your new reality is to become a cheerful giver. It might seem counterintuitive, giving more when you previously felt you had so little, but in the economy of grace, giving ignites receiving. When you release resources with a trusting heart, you signal the universe that you believe in endless supply. Generosity breaks the chains of scarcity and makes room for blessings to flow back to you, multiply. It's a sacred transaction, confirming that you are part of a cycle, not an isolated entity fighting for scraps. People might question you, asking, how can you be so sure you'll never worry about money again? And your response, with a serene smile, might be, because I've chosen a higher truth. I've chosen to trust in unfailing provision rather than in fleeting circumstances. You'll find that many will be inspired to follow your lead, noticing the peace that radiates from you. In a world fraught with doubt, a person who exudes quiet confidence in their financial well-being stands out like a lighthouse in a storm. There is a principle at work here. What you focus on expands. When you obsess over lack, it seems to magnify, overshadowing every blessing. But once you shift your gaze to the blessings, no matter how small, they grow before your very eyes. A tiny seed of a financial breakthrough quickly blossoms into a flourishing garden when nurtured with gratitude and expectancy. That is why you might see those who are thankful for the little they have often end up receiving more. Their gratitude acts like a magnet, drawing greater abundance into their sphere. Chosen one, if you find yourself nodding along, your heart pounding in recognition of truths you've long suspected, do not let this moment pass without sealing it. That is why you are invited, again, type 777 in the comments, to declare publicly that this is your turning point. Every letter you press, every digit you enter, resonates with the decision you've made in the quiet chambers of your heart. It's a simple act, yet it echoes through the corridors of possibility, affirming your alignment with a life free from money worries. Now you may be asking, does this mean I'll become a millionaire overnight? Understand that the journey is unique for each individual. For some, blessings arrive swiftly in dramatic fashion. For others, it's a steady progression toward increasing wealth and freedom. Regardless of the pace, the promise stands. Worry will no longer chain you. You will move from fear-driven decisions to faith-driven ones. And in that faith, seeds of prosperity grow into harvests you once only imagined. This is also the point where you learn to listen to your intuition more keenly. Financial guidance can come in the subtlest ways. A sudden idea, a conversation with a stranger, a late-night dream that won't let you go. In the past, you might have dismissed these nudges as coincidences, but from today you recognize them as signposts from the divine, leading you to solutions and opportunities that perfectly match your talents and destiny. Each nudge you follow bolsters your confidence, reinforcing the cycle of trust and reward. I sense a stirring in your spirit, a recognition that this is far more than motivational words. This is an activation, a key turning in the lock of your mind, opening doors you assumed were sealed. Let that encouragement flow through you, electrifying your goals and clarifying your path forward. The road ahead may still have twists, but your perspective ensures you will navigate them with grace and unwavering hope. Even detours become adventures when worry no longer rules your day. Some of you might be on the verge of tears, overwhelmed by the relief you feel as the burden of financial anxiety dissipates. That is the power of truth saturating your soul. Tears are a release, a sign that you are letting go of old narratives that said you couldn't, that you weren't enough, that you'd always struggle. Today, you replace those lies with an unshakable truth. You are guided, provided for, and equipped for every good work. Feel that weight lifting off your shoulders, replaced by a warmth that says, all is well, all will continue to be well. Your relationships will also benefit. Without the stress of money keeping you on edge, you will be more present, more patient, and more loving. Conversations won't be tinged with hidden anxiety about how to pay the next bill. Instead, you'll talk about future possibilities, shared dreams, and collective impact. This ripple effect of inner peace extends outward, touching every corner of your life, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Now, be prepared for interesting shifts in your external world. Old friends or associates who thrived on complaining about money may no longer resonate with you. You might feel guided to seek new communities, people who speak abundance, dream big, and celebrate each other's wins. That's healthy. Growth sometimes requires pruning. You don't have to cut ties with everyone, but you will gravitate toward environments that nurture your evolving mindset. In doing so, you will find synergy and support that accelerate your ascent. Remember to remain humble through it all. Arrogance is the Achilles heel of many who achieve newfound success. But when you recognize that your abundance is rooted in grace, that it's not just about your own effort, but also about tapping into a higher source, gratitude keeps you in balance. If you meet others still trapped in fear or doubt, show them compassion. Offer a hand, a listening ear, or a word of encouragement. After all, you once stood where they stand, uncertain if a better way existed. Chosen one, as you fully embrace a life without money worries, you become a living testimony that prosperity of mind precedes prosperity of circumstances. People will want to know your secret, and you can point them to the same truth that set you free, that once you decide to trust in the unfailing supply of the universe, every door you need opens in due time. There may be moments of waiting, but not of worrying. Moments of strategy, but not of strife. Even if a situation looks bleak on the surface, Your unwavering conviction that today I choose not to worry transforms it from the inside out. Savor the peace that's washing over you now. Imagine how sweet it will feel to look at your finances without a knot in your stomach. Envision scanning through bills or loan statements and feeling nothing but calm assurance that each one is covered. Picture yourself saving, investing, and enjoying a surplus. Yes, a surplus. Because there's always more than enough for those who walk in faith, wisdom, and gratitude. That's your new vantage point, perched high above the fray, free from the swirling drama that used to consume you. If you need to anchor this transformation more deeply, create reminders for yourself. A simple sticky note on your bathroom mirror stating, "No more money worries ever," can spark empowerment every morning. Or set your phone's wallpaper to an image that symbolizes abundance, a blooming orchard, a waterfall, a sky full of stars. Something that reminds you of endless supply. These subtle cues throughout your day keep you aligned with the decision you're making right now. Yes, chosen one, your life can change that quickly. Why not yours? Why not now? Miracles don't always unfold over months or years. Sometimes they're ignited in a single moment of clarity. This can be that moment. Trust that you are worthy of it, not because of any special accomplishment, but because you exist, and your existence is precious. You have a role to play on this planet, gifts to share, people to influence, dreams to realize. Freedom from money worries is the stage upon which you'll perform your highest calling. Have you typed 777 yet? If not, do it now. There's power in publicly staking your claim, not for show, but for the unspoken accountability it brings. Each time you consider slipping back into old doubts, you'll remember that you made a public commitment. You'll recall how your heart soared when you realized you could finally lay down the burden of financial fear. Let that memory carry you forward day after day, decision after decision, until the idea of worrying about money feels as foreign as wearing shoes 3 sizes too small. Chosen one, as you continue this journey, watch for signs of confirmation. A random check in the mail, an unexpected promotion, a friend repaying an old debt you wrote off. These can be small or large tokens that say, yes, you are on the right track. Embrace them with gratitude, but don't fixate on them as the only source of validation. Your core validation comes from within, from the quiet knowing that you've moved beyond one of life's biggest stresses and stepped into your rightful inheritance of peace and assurance. If you're longing to help others experience the same release, start with gentle conversation. Offer your story as an example, describe how your mindset shifted, and watch how curiosity stirs in them. Some will dismiss it at first, but that's okay. Seeds take time to germinate. Others, however, will latch onto your words like a lifesaver, desperate for the hope you now carry. Become their encourager, their reminder that worry is optional and abundance is not a cruel illusion, but a living reality. Money is no longer a taboo subject in your life. You can speak about it with ease, plan for it with excitement, and share it without fear. That is the hallmark of true freedom. It doesn't mean you have unlimited numbers in your account at all times, but it does mean your sense of security is not dictated by external fluctuations. You've tapped into an internal wellspring, an unshakable confidence that your source of supply transcends any job, bank, or economy. Let yourself dream bigger now. If you used to think in terms of paying off one bill at a time, expand to imagine buying a home or starting a foundation. If you used to be intimidated by the thought of launching your own business, envision it thriving, creating jobs and becoming a model of generosity. It's no longer about whether you can afford to think this way. It's about realizing you can't afford not to. You've been holding back your brilliance, your capacity for achievement, all because worry told you to play small. Chosen one, there's a higher plan for your life, and it includes realms of influence and prosperity you haven't even dreamed of yet. Worry was the lock on the door. But guess what? You hold the key of faith, and you're turning it right now, hearing those tumblers click into place, releasing all the potential pent up behind them. Prepare yourself for an outpouring of divine coincidences, strategic connections, and unstoppable growth. You might feel a warm sensation in your chest or a tingling in your fingertips as you read these lines. That's your spirit recognizing truth. It's the spiritual equivalent of goosebumps, telling you that you are on the precipice of something monumental. Embrace that feeling. Let it be a sign that your future is already unfolding in a brighter hue, that the path you walk is lit by a promise that can't be broken. Chosen one, as your heart rests in this new reality, you might start to notice how your perspective on challenges shifts. Situations that once loomed large in your mind now seem manageable, even if they're not immediately resolved. The reason is simple. You're no longer staring at your circumstances through the lens of fear. Instead, your vision is clarified by the knowledge that you have access to solutions, resources, and guidance far beyond what your past mindset would have allowed. You see, when your spirit is free from worry, your creativity thrives, your problem-solving acumen sharpens, and you begin to spot answers that were hidden in plain sight. You can almost picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast field, watching the morning sun break over the horizon. This field represents your potential, fertile and waiting for seeds of possibility to be sown. Until now, a thick fog of anxiety prevented you from seeing how extensive and rich this field truly was. But as you've made the decision to cast off financial worry, that fog dissipates, revealing row upon row of opportunities stretching into the distance. Every row symbolizes a path you can choose: investments, collaborations, creative endeavors, or personal growth ventures. Where once you might have hesitated, now you step forward with a light step, trusting that each footfall lands on promising ground. If doubt tries to creep back, whispering that you're being naive or overly idealistic, remember that doubt is merely a habit of thought, reinforced by past experiences. But new experiences lie just ahead. Experiences defined by trust in unwavering provision. As you gather these new, empowering memories, like a bill paid off with surprising ease, a new stream of income that surfaces unexpectedly, or an act of generosity that returns to you multiplied. Those memories build a fortress against worry, each layer reinforcing the next. Consider the ripple effect this will have on those closest to you. Perhaps a loved one is also weighed down by money worries. Watch how your transformation becomes a lifeline for them. When they see you calm in the face of financial pressures, they'll ask, "What changed in you?" And you'll have the chance to share the revelation you're living out. In this way, your newfound peace doesn't just set you free, it becomes a beacon to liberate others. The shift you're making has a generational impact. Children growing up in an environment where money is openly discussed with hope, where solutions are sought with confidence, and where resources are shared generously, inherit a mindset vastly different from that of fear-based scarcity. You're not just rewriting your story, you're authoring a new legacy that extends beyond your individual life. You might still recall moments when money worries consumed your thoughts. Maybe it was a sleepless night of pacing around your living room, or that sinking feeling when you opened your banking app and saw a balance far lower than you'd hoped. Let those memories stand as monuments to how far you've come. They don't define you. They simply remind you of what it feels like to carry a burden you no longer need. From today, those burdensome memories can serve as milestones, indicating the path you once walked and will not return to. Every time you remember them, do so with gratitude that those days are behind you. Let's speak for a moment about receiving. Many people find it easier to give than to receive. Perhaps you've been one of them, always quick to help others but uncomfortable accepting help yourself. Realize that a balanced flow of money requires both giving and receiving. If you only give, you block the cycle, just as surely as if you only received. From today, practice openness to the blessings that come your way. When someone offers a gift, a discount, an opportunity, say, "Thank you," without guilt or deflection. Recognize that allowing others to bless you also blesses them. This balance cements the idea that you're a willing participant in the grand exchange of resources that keeps the world thriving. Watch what happens when you stop bracing for financial bad news. Instead of expecting the worst, you'll catch yourself anticipating good breaks. This expectancy is not blind optimism, it's a deliberate choice to align with a universe of infinite creativity. Problems that once seemed insurmountable will reveal solutions in the strangest places, like a phone call from an old acquaintance, a casual conversation that sparks a lucrative idea, or an online article that leads you to a perfect side hustle. You'll wonder how you missed these before, but the truth is they were likely always there, only obscured by the veil of worry. Notice, too, the effect on your physical well-being. Stress about money often manifests as tension, headaches, muscle pain, or even chronic ailments. As you release the worry, your body relaxes. That energy once spent in anxiety is now freed up, potentially boosting your immune system, improving your sleep, and enhancing your overall mood. This is more than a financial revolution, it's a holistic transformation that touches every part of your life. Relationships are likely to deepen, you'll be more present in conversations, more patient with people's shortcomings, and more open to genuine connection. Money worries often build walls between us and those we care about. When those walls come down, understanding flows more easily, conflicts are resolved more quickly, and affection becomes more spontaneous. You'll begin to treasure shared experiences over mere transactions, forging memories that no financial figure can overshadow. All these changes reinforce the fact that you are living proof that a shift in consciousness can alter external realities. The old adage, "Change your mind, change your life," resonates now more than ever. You see it playing out in real time, a direct correlation between your inner conviction and your outward circumstances. Let that encourage you to continue nurturing a mind free from worry and a heart brimming with expectancy. Even if you don't see an immediate avalanche of money, you'll certainly see the beginnings of a steadfast flow, a flow that only gains momentum with each passing day. Chosen one, continue to speak life over your finances. Words carry vibration, and each time you declare positivity, that vibration permeates your environment. Instead of lamenting rising costs or feeling intimidated by market fluctuations, you affirm, "I adapt, I thrive, and I am provided for." Rather than criticizing the economy, you speak of the countless ways people innovate and prosper, even in challenging times. You train your tongue to become an instrument of creation, not destruction. And as you do, you'll watch the external world bend to match your spoken truth. If you're engaged in a business or career, you'll likely see an uptick in creativity. New strategies, marketing ideas, or product concepts could flow to you almost as if they're being downloaded from a higher place. Embrace them, jot them down, test them out. Not every idea will be perfect, but one gem can transform your income dramatically. The difference now is that you're not operating from a place of desperation, you're exploring from a place of curiosity and faith. This changes the energy behind every pitch you make, every client you call, and every meeting you attend. People pick up on that vibe, often without realizing it consciously. They just sense you're someone they want to work with or support. At home, simple things like mealtimes and family gatherings become richer when the undercurrent of money stress disappears. No more sidelong glances about who's paying for what. No more silent resentment about a bill that's looming over your head. Instead, you laugh more readily, show interest in others' stories, and focus on the joy of the moment. This makes you not only a better host, but also a magnet for positive energy. Visitors leave feeling uplifted, and they often bring back that warmth in the form of continued friendship or even unexpected blessings. Remember, chosen one, staying free from money worries is not just a one-time decision, it's a daily recommitment. But it's easier than you think. Once you've tasted the lightness of this new way of living, you'll find it increasingly unnatural to revert to the old patterns of stress. When a worry does pop up, you'll address it swiftly, perhaps by journaling, meditating, or affirming the truth of your abundance, rather than letting it spiral into a full-blown crisis. This way you maintain your equilibrium, ensuring that the financial storms that blow through from time to time don't knock you off course. If you ever feel a dip in your conviction, revisit the moment you typed 777, or reaffirm it right then and there. Sometimes, an external anchor helps you cling to the decision you made. You'll recall the peace and clarity you felt, and that memory alone can rekindle the flame of faith. Alternatively, you might share your experiences with a friend or community that encourages growth. Talking through your journey often crystallizes your insights, making them even more potent. Chosen one, do you realize how far you've come already? Merely reading these words with an open mind and heart indicates you are ripe for transformation. Many read such messages with skepticism, never allowing them to take root. But you are different. You sense that each syllable speaks to a dormant power within you, a power that can transcend finances and spill into all areas of your life. This is only the beginning of a grand unveiling of who you truly are, a creative, unstoppable force, guided by a love and wisdom far greater than your past limitations. In the coming days, pay attention to synchronicities, those delightful coincidences that whisper you are in divine flow. Maybe a friend invites you to a seminar at just the right time, or you stumble upon an inspiring quote that answers a question you've been grappling with. These are winks from the universe, reassuring you that your decision to banish money worries has triggered a cascade of events in your favor. Each synchronicity is like a breadcrumb on the trail, leading you toward the fullness of your destiny. You might wake up with fresh ideas for reorganizing your finances. Suddenly, the concept of budgeting feels exciting rather than restrictive, because you see it as a tool for your dreams rather than a punishment. Or perhaps you find yourself decluttering your living space, sensing intuitively that letting go of old items or outdated paperwork creates energetic room for new blessings. These might seem like small acts, but each one signifies your readiness to fully inhabit a life free from money stress. As you continue to evolve, prepare for moments when old triggers resurface, almost as if testing your resolve. Maybe you receive an unexpectedly high bill or a setback in your job. In that moment, the question will arise: am I truly done with worry? Your answer, spoken from your new center of peace, will be a resounding yes. You'll handle the challenge promptly, seeking solutions with clarity and determination rather than caving in to panic. Each victory over a potential worry cements your new identity further, leaving you stronger and more confident than before. At times, you may even feel a sense of wonder about how seamlessly everything is unfolding. You'll catch glimpses of yourself in the mirror, almost not recognizing the calm, radiant person gazing back. This, chosen one, is the power of a decided heart. Once you decide you're done with living in the shadow of financial fear, the world rearranges itself to accommodate that decision. It's not magic in a theatrical sense. It's the natural outworking of faith and focus aligning with universal principles. Your testimony will inspire those around you. Friends may recall when you were constantly anxious, always talking about what could go wrong. Now they see a metamorphosis. They notice your speech has changed, your posture is more upright, and your face carries a lightness that was missing. Some will be curious, others skeptical, but all will witness the fruits of your transformation. In time, the fruits become undeniable, and even skeptics might ask for your secret, opening the door for you to share your story of stepping beyond money worries into a land of trust and overflow. Chosen one, remember that the purpose of wealth is multifaceted. It can elevate your lifestyle, yes, but more importantly, it equips you to serve on a larger scale. Freed from the tyranny of financial stress, you can devote your mental and emotional energy to meaningful projects, altruistic endeavors, and creative pursuits. Imagine the difference you can make in your community, the people you can uplift, the messages you can spread, all because you refuse to be chained by lack. Money becomes your ally in spreading light, hope, and transformation. Watch how this newfound confidence extends into your prayer life or spiritual practices. When you approach the divine, it's no longer a desperate plea, please, please help me, but a joyful communion. Thank you for your endless supply. This shift from begging to thanksgiving is monumental. It signals that you see yourself not as an orphan hoping for scraps, but as an heir receiving an inheritance. An heir doesn't beg. An heir simply claims what's already theirs by birthright. Today you claim yours. No matter your background or current status, abundance recognizes no boundaries. It doesn't care about your educational level, your past financial mistakes, or the number of zeros in your bank account right now. It responds to your heart posture, your willingness to believe that goodness and provision are your natural state. And once you align with that truth, doors open in sequences so perfect you'll look back and marvel at the tapestry woven from threads of faith, grace, and alignment. If at any point you sense resistance within you, maybe old voices echoing, "This is too good to be true," take a moment to breathe deeply. Remind yourself that every extraordinary breakthrough once felt too good to be true until someone stepped forward in faith. Every invention, every medical cure, every underdog story, and so it goes with your financial liberation. Dare to step where others hesitate, trusting that the ground is solid beneath your feet, even if it's unfamiliar terrain. Chosen one, you stand on holy ground. The place where you finally let go of fear is a sacred space, hallowed by the countless souls who've walked a similar path of surrender and faith. They too found a life beyond worry, and they cheer you on from the sidelines of destiny. Your story will mingle with theirs, another testament to the unchanging principle that we live in a universe eager to supply every need and more, if only we open ourselves to receive.